everybody, and welcome to Sexy Challenges, where we have another amazing, wonderful tip for your relationship today because we want your relationship to rock. And today's topic is having a relationship bucket list. Now, I know most of you probably know what a bucket list is out there. It's a list of items that you want to complete, you want to enjoy during your life or whatever, but we think you need one for your relationship too. Um, and this goes for a lot of different things in your relationship. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have a conversation about this. You need to talk about it. See what kind of items you want to put on your bucket list. And this doesn't matter. This can be when you're young. This can be old. Actually, I suggest that you do this once or twice a year. Just go through your bucket list and see if anything's changed, or if you want to add anything, or you want to take anything off, those type of things, so that you stay in communication about what your goals are throughout the rest of your relationship. Now, another thing that I think is very important is to keep this in a physical copy. So you can actually either cross off or check off the things that you do, because I think that's a wonderful tool to look back on your relationship as you go over your bucket list every couple months or every couple times a year and see what you've done, what you have accomplished. Because I think that sense of accomplishment in your relationship is a wonderful thing. And I think as you set up your relationship bucket list, you'll start to feel that, and you'll start to anticipate checking some of those things off that bucket list. Now, what can be on your bucket list? Oh my gosh, there can be so many things. Like a new house. Maybe you guys want to get a new house at a certain point in time, and that can be on your bucket list. That's always a big step for couples in that thing. Travel is another thing. Make a list of the places that you want to travel to, whether they be close, they be far. Make a list of those things. Um, Big purchases like a car, maybe you want to buy an RV so you can travel around at some point in time in your life, those type of things. Also, events. I think events are a very special part of your bucket list. I know one of the big things on my bucket list was going to see the Olympics, and when I got to do that and I crossed that off my list, that was a huge thing. Concerts, certain concerts, seeing certain artists. Uh, like I said, attending sporting events, those type of things, festivals, Mardi Gras, all those type of things should go on your bucket list to make a long-lasting impression. Now, don't always think when you're constructing your bucket list, don't always think of the huge things, the great big things. Put little things on there that you know you're going to be able to mark off. I would look at your bucket list when you look at it, and look at it in a couple ways. One, put things that that you want to get done this year, and then things that you want to do within the next 5 years or longer. So make that list so that you are checking some things off. Don't put things on there that you're not going to be able to check off for another 10, 15 years right at the start of your relationship, but put things on there that you're going to be able to cross off, so it gives you that sense of accomplishment. And with a relationship bucket list, we can do a couple of relationship bucket lists. One is our family relationship bucket that would include several different things like trips to Disney, or saving for college, things like that. That would go on a family bucket list if you want. And then I also think it's important to have an intimate bucket list where it's just the two of you, to where it could be a little racy, the things, a little sexy, the things that you want to do on there. The vacations would be different. The places that you go would be different. Maybe that you want to try and experience different things in your love life. That can also be on your bucket list. So I want you to be open and start creating these bucket lists for your relationship, because I think it's important for us to have goals in life, not only personal goals, career-minded goals, but relationship goals as well, and to put that into play and to revisit it often, to have some great communication around it, and understand it's going to change over time. The things that you want to do today might not be the things you want to do in another 10 years. Your tastes might change, but this is why I want you to revisit this bucket list a couple times a year, and just sit down with your partner, have a meeting for your relationship. We have a meeting for everything else. Have a meeting for your relationship just to discuss your bucket list and where you guys are on that, and how much farther you have to go. And why do we want to build this relationship bucket list? Because at Sexy Challenges, we want your relationship to rock.